What if you could build your own SD-WAN lab at home? That's exactly what I'm doing with my HP workstation. And today I'm gonna show you how to set up the foundation, Proxmox. A few weeks back, I decided to buy a home server for my SD-WAN labs. I needed something quiet, affordable, and efficient. Nothing that would bring my electricity bills to the roof. After doing some research, I went with the HP C6G4 workstation. I bought it with 128 GB RAM and 18 physical cores. In my opinion, that's enough for home labs. To run the SD-WAN labs, we need some virtualization software like GNS3, CML, even G. But before that, we need some way to manage those virtual machines. And this is where Proxmox comes in. It's a Type 1 hypervisor that will allow me to take full advantage of my workstation resources. It's also open source, so it has a free tier, and it has no restrictions for my use case. Compared to the other ones, this was the best alternative. I'm gonna walk you through installing and optimizing your Proxmox for networking labs. All that you need for this first step, it's a USB drive, a computer, and an internet connection. So let's see how it's done. We're gonna start by downloading the ISO file. You just search for Proxmox on your browser, and then we're gonna pick the version 9.0. You can choose whatever version you want, but this is the latest one, and I decided to give it a try. Next, I'm gonna download Balena Etcher, which will help me flash my USB drive with the ISO file that we are downloading. I'm gonna choose my operating system and my architecture. Now, you have other options to flash the USB drive, but using Balena Etcher is super easy. I'll just install it on my applications, and then I'm gonna open the program, and in 3 simple steps I can flash the drive. So first of all, I need to pick my ISO file. Then I'm gonna select the target, which is the USB, and lastly I'm gonna flash it. So this will take a while. By the way, make sure to back up all your contents if you have any on the USB, because it's gonna get wiped. Next, you need to connect your USB drive to the server, and you're gonna be prompted with the Proxmox installer. So quick heads up, the video quality won't be great for the next couple of minutes. Since this is a bare metal installation, I had to record my screen directly with my phone. And on top of that, the Proxmox UI installer had a couple of glitches, but don't worry, I will point out the important part as we go through it. First, we're gonna accept the terms and conditions. On the bottom right, I'm gonna click accept. Next, we pick the storage location. So I'm giving about 1 terabyte of space to the main partition, since Proxmox stores virtual machine virtual disks under var/lib/vc partition. I'm also setting aside additional 800 gigs for the data partition, which I will later add as extra storage. After that, we just set the time zone and keyboard layout, pretty straightforward. Then you need to create your username and password. This is the information that you will use later to log in either through the web browser or through SSH. Now let's move on to the networking setup. You have to define your domain, your IP, your gateway, and your DNS. At this point, the installation will run for a couple of minutes, and when it's done, it will show you the URL that you can use to access Proxmox UI with your web browser. You can now disconnect the USB drive. The workstation will go through the boot up process, and it will prompt us with the URL that we can use to connect through the web browser. Let's go to our web browser and enter the URL. Notice that the port is 8006. I just get past the warning of the certificate, and then I log in with my root username and the password that I defined on the installation process. Proxmox will display a warning saying that our product is not licensed. We can just hit OK and continue. If we want to review the resources allocated, we can go to the summary page, where we can see the amount of CPU, memory and storage. And that's it, Proxmox is installed. That's it for this step. In the next video, we'll be installing our virtualization software. If you want to follow along, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you on the next one.